We've got Nigel Nelson, and he's with a strange woman called Claire Purcell. And these two have been getting to know...
joined us for some reason to look through the papers.
Yeah, they're also married, we should point out.
I don't know why we point that out, but actually it's always fascinating, isn't it?
It is.
Looking at the news, as Eamonn was going to say, this Alex Batty story, this young man who I remember his name very well, who went missing and suddenly turns up.
Yeah, it was just extraordinary. I mean, it's one of those stories where when you see it sort of flash up on your mobile, you just think, oh, this is a good news story, and whatever happened? And now they're sort of piecing it together. So he's found by a van driver, a French van driver near the Pyrenees, just walking along. He had a backpack on.
At 2 in the morning in the pouring rain.
In the pouring rain, yeah, the skateboard under his arm. The whole thing is just peculiar.
So he went missing when he was 11. He's now 17.
And what seems to have happened is his mother took him away to a commune, some alternative lifestyle.
His mother, who did not have parental rights.
Who did not have custody over him.
Yeah, that stood with his grandmother back home.
Yes, and he was joining her basically for a holiday which was arranged. Then he disappeared. What it sounds like is that Alex desperately wants to see his grandmother again, and so he left. He says he left of his own free will, and no one tried to stop him. That's what he told the van driver, but no one's been able to talk to him so far. And now he's going to be reunited with his grandmother, and the big problem is going to be apparently he hasn't had any schooling.
No, apparently he was kept in some sort of. It sounds like a sort of religious sect or something.
It's some kind of alternative lifestyle. So it sounds a bit like a commune. It's a spiritual retreat. So he hasn't had any official schooling. He's been handed over at the moment. The French authorities have him for safeguarding purposes. They're keeping him away from the media, probably quite rightly. I think it's the story of the Gran, I think, is fascinating.
She never stopped looking for him and appealing for him.
And he got in touch by using the van driver's phone to send a message via Facebook to his Gran, because he doesn't have phone numbers, he doesn't have a phone of his own.
That's amazing. And he's a beautiful-looking child. And that story about social media there, it's funny that he used Facebook. Claire, this is a story covered by many of the papers, including The Sun. Under-16s face being banned from using social media. The government are proposing this.
The government allegedly are, and this is down to the fact the owners of Facebook, Meta, want to introduce encrypted messaging through all of their apps. That's not great, encrypted messaging for young people, but when you start to think of banning social media for under-16s, well, good luck.
Yeah.
That's all I can say to you.
What's the danger in them having encrypted messages?
Because it does allow people with bad intentions, let's put it that way. You could be able to groom a child. Nobody can access those messages unless you are the end user. So encryption is used for good reasons and also bad. And I think putting it on an app such as a social media app is particularly unsafe. Now, all of these platforms tend to have an age limit of 13. You shouldn't be younger than 13, but we all know full well you give a target like that to a teenager and they will find a way round it. I think the government needs to stop looking at banning things and perhaps work a lot harder with the social media companies to understand what their concerns are and how we can work with them. I think trying to ban a 15-year-old, and I have a 15-year-old, from social media just gives them carte blanche to go and find a way round it.
Can we find a way round all cuddling up on the couch together whenever we're entering the Christmas holiday period? Families get close, but the Star's running a story today, Claire, that certain chemicals and flame retardants used on couches can lower our IQ. So the thing is, your sofa's making you thick, is the headline.
I mean, it's a stunning headline when we're just entering the season where the majority of us are going to spend a lot of time sitting on our sofas.
Small print is a bit different.
But I mean, it's all to do with the chemicals in flame retardant stuff that's put on these sofas to stop them from catching fire. But it just seems another reason that couches are dangerous, food is dangerous, smoking is... Everything is dangerous to us right now, and I'm not quite convinced what we're supposed to do. Get rid of our sofa and stand?
Well,
a stool? I mean, I don't understand.
The study is unborn babies, that the IQ of unborn babies goes down because of these chemicals. It doesn't... translating that into if you sit on a sofa as a couch potato, you will suddenly get dim is not quite...
But Nigel, I need lessons in sofa technology because throughout my life, I don't think I've ever got it right. I'm seduced by sofas. Here's what I like. I like them soft.
Yeah.
I like somewhere that I can sleep on because I tend to fall asleep
Me too.
quite a
I
lot.
like sleeping on the sofa. Yeah.
I like the idea of a recliner sofa that you press a button and your feet can go
Careful,
out.
don't go back
and your back goes out. Sort of like that.
My son calls them sinky sofas.
Yes.
It's where you go in and you sink.
Yes, but they've got to look tidy as well. So I end up buying ones that look tidier, harder, and they're
not comfy.
They're not comfy. That's exactly right.
You need to sink into it.
Yeah.
You need to feel at home in it.
And I've been stuck with sofas that I've never liked.
You have to go to a department store and sit in them and try them out, don't you?
But I do that.
But it's never the same. Whenever you
I mean, I
go
know
into these
everybody would say, "Oh, look, there's Eamonn Holmes falling asleep on our sofa."
Look at some of these. We've got Tom. We've got some pictures which you ran before the break there. Where are they? Says
No,
Tom.
we can't find them. Never mind.
They've gone down the back of the sofa, so they have, Tom.
And that's the other thing.
But Nigel, I want you to talk me through these. What do you think of this one, Tom? Nigel?
No, uncomfortable.
Yeah, but that would be good for a studio.
Yeah, no, I like that sort of
I like
thing
that.
because that you can sink down.
But it's
Very
uncomfortable.
Chesterfield.
No,
But it's not got a high enough back.
No.
No, that would squeak. You can look at that. It's red
Yes, it
leather.
would, wouldn't it?
Squeak when
Yeah.
you
It's
sat
not
on
got a
it.
high enough
Squeak all
back.
over it.
That's got
No.
too many cushions. Get rid of the cushions.
We don't like that at all. No, we don't like that one.
And no.
Classic.
I
but
do like those.
That's doctor's waiting room, though,
Correct.
isn't it,
But they
really?
do look
It's
lovely.
doctor's waiting room. Anyway,
There's a lot of science to choosing the right sofa. I tell you what, though.
better than what we are sitting on anyway.
got to find
Guys,
out.
see you again in 40 minutes' time. Let's
Yes,
go
the
to
weather with
Annie
Annie.
with the weather.